We've talked about using Linux, and if you're not familiar with Linux, you don't have to fear quite so much. We're going to be using Windows, and a lot of the tools that we're going to be using on Kali Linux are also available for Windows as well. I've got Windows 10 here. If you're running Windows 7 or Windows 8, that's generally going to be fine for the types of things that we're going to be using under Windows. So, for example, we could run Metasploit on a Windows system. You can install Metasploit. We will be using Metasploit a little bit on Windows. Nmap is another one. Nmap is a port scanner, and you can install Nmap for Windows and use it there as well. There is Nexpose, which is available for Windows. We're going to be using a little bit of that as a vulnerability scanner. So there are a number of tools and utilities. The one thing that we don't get quite as much of is we don't have quite the number of command line tools that are just installed by default for doing a number of things. For example, Whois and Dig, where we're doing a little bit of reconnaissance. There are ways that you can get those tools on a Windows system. They just don't come installed by default as they do on Kali Linux, which again is one of the reasons why you'll see me using Kali Linux quite a bit, is because a lot of the things that I just use on a very regular basis, day to day almost, are installed by default on Linux systems. Again, we are going to be using Kali a lot, but don't worry too much if you're more familiar with Windows. There are ways to do a lot of the things that we're going to be doing under Linux, under Windows as well. So we are going to be using Windows systems. Again, I've got a Windows 10 system here, but if you've got Windows 8 or Windows 7, that's going to do just as well in most cases.